Hello once again, ladies and gentlemen. Root Beer here. We're up to question number 7 on the grade 9 Pascal contest from the year 2000. So what does question 7 have to say? 3 squares with the same center and corresponding parallel sides are drawn. Okay. The distance between the sides of successive squares is 3, and the side length of the largest square is 22, as shown. What is the perimeter of the smallest square? Okay. Well, perimeter of square, that's ultimately what we need to figure out. And perimeters of squares are actually quite easy to figure out. So let's get ourselves a brand new piece of paper. Now, there might be a couple ways to figure out a perimeter of square. I can't think of any others off the top of my head. All of them, to me, involve figuring out what's the side length. Ultimately, that's what it comes down to. I suppose if you knew the area, there would be a nice formula in terms of the area for the perimeter. That's certainly something to do. But the question's asking us what's the perimeter of the smallest square, so we start thinking of ways of finding a perimeter of a square. And then we have to ask, okay, which way is best? And the only other pieces of information we're really given is that the side length of another square. So maybe we should be thinking of ways to find the perimeter in terms of side length. Okay. So we're given side length. That's some information we do have, not about the square we're talking about, but about another square. So we start thinking of perimeter in terms of side length. So if we have a side length S, we get the perimeter so we have a square here, side length S. Well, the perimeter is just you add up all the side lengths. So it's just going to be 4 times S, whatever S is. We have 4 copies of S. We need to add them all up. Perimeter is just going to be 4S. Okay, well, so then what is the side length of that interior square? All right, we have a big square, and it's got a side length of 22. And then we have another square, and yet a smaller square. And inside each of these little spaces is a gap of size 3. Okay. Now all the sides are parallel to one another. So that means that if I could figure out the distance of the overall gap here and here, I could subtract those off of 22. And because we have 2 gaps of size 3 each, we're going to get 2 gaps the overall gap between the largest square and the smallest square is going to be size 6. And that means that this middle gap here, this black part that I have left, is going to have the same side length as our smaller square, and it's going to be 22 minus 6 minus 6. So that's going to be 22 minus 12, or 10. So the smallest square has side length 10. Therefore, it has perimeter of 4 times 10, which is 40. So hopefully 40 is one of our answers. Yep, it's A. And I think, if I'm remembering correctly, the answer to the last question was A as well. I wonder if the answer to the next one will be A. Let's have a nice streak of A's in a row. Yeah, so that's question number 7. So we're moving right along, and I'll see you guys next time for question number 8.